Izeste, Helito, Co. Welcome to another podcast of Native Wings Like an Eagle Incorporated. I'm Melvin Batiste, the Executive Director, and when we come back, I'm going to give an update on a conference that Native Wings was invited to this past few days in Lawton, Oklahoma. So stay with us for the update. Thank you for staying with us. One thing that I like about what we're doing with Native Wings is not only are we able to help our Native brothers and sisters that are coming out of incarceration to give them services that will successfully reintegrate them back into society, but that in doing so, we also get the opportunity to meet many tribal leaders and organizations that are working in the same direction that we are to help all natives who are in one way or another criminally impacted by the justice system. And so this past week, starting on Monday, June the 8th, through Wednesday, yesterday, June the 10th, Native Wings was invited to what was called the 2026 Tribal Leaders Convening. It was tribal leaders from the state of Oklahoma who were coming together to help each other understand the importance of helping us go forward in the direction of working with those who have been criminally impacted by the justice system. And so the conference was held in Lawton, Oklahoma at the Apache Casino Hotel. And so me and Tammy was invited there. And I'm going to tell you, this was probably one of the most important and the most educated that I've come to understand about what it means to be able to take Native Wings to a higher level of our organization. We met people there that have been doing this for years. They have really been successful. And so as we met with them and we listened to the speakers, and there were some very prominent speakers there, as we listened to them, took notes. Afterwards, we had a group session. And in that group session, we met some very important people that we believe that Creator sent to us to be able to work with us to help Native Wings just soar even higher than what we're doing now. And I really believe that the introduction to these people was a God-appointed time. And so I'm really looking forward to having them come in and work with us, giving us a greater, stronger structure than what we've ever had to be able to do more than what we have been doing for those who need the help through Native Wings. And so we had people from the Modoc Nation speaking. We had people from the Cherokee. We also had people from the Ponca and other tribes. It was just such a beautiful gathering of our people. And so this Tribal Leaders Convening Conference happens twice a year. And I think it's probably something that Native Wings hopes to attend now from this point on. Yesterday, so after the conference was over, several of the people that we met came to Native Wings office and wanted to see the operation of Native Wings, and they came in and we had a great meeting with them. And so I really believe that these are people that are really going to help us, and I'm excited about it. So while we were there also, we was able to exchange information with other organizations that really want to see us come together in a way that's so united for the Native nations here in Oklahoma that, there's 39 of us here in the state of Oklahoma. And once we all can come together in the spirit of unity and work together towards one cause, and that's to make sure that our Native people, when we are affected by the justice system, that we don't just throw them away, turn our backs on them, because many of them are still, we know that our people are resilient people. and that even though they might go through a trial and tribulation at one time in their life, they're not throwaways. We need to receive them back within the community, help them get back on their feet, and let them just be who they were created to be. And so when this conference had all these leaders come together and began to exchange ideas and begin to talk about things that need to be talked about to be more successful in the work that's being done in this area, I'm telling you, that just got me excited. And I'm so glad that I was able to be invited to this conference. And so, again, I just want to thank the Southern Plains Tribal Health that put on this conference. And, Cassandra Frazier was a very instrumental part of allowing Native Wings to be brought into this conference. So I want to thank you, Cassandra, for being a blessing to this organization and what you're doing for us. Also, one of the things that Native Wings is going to be doing, we're continuing to have our cultural center opened. Last week we had our first beading class. We had about 8 individuals show up, and it was such a blessing because it wasn't this big arena where hundreds of people came together and worked on their projects. It was just a small gathering where everybody got to talk to each other. It was more personal. It was more intimate. And just to hear each other's stories while they're working in beading. Man, that was so awesome. And so that's what I loved about that first beading class. And our instructor of the class, I believe her name was Mandy, she, volunteered. All her beads, everything that people needed. They were making earrings and hair ties. And she volunteered all that. And so this is that spirit of our people who, come and say, hey, listen, I want people to learn our culture. I want people to make things that was really representative of who we are as Native people. And I'm not going to charge anything for it. I want to be able to just volunteer my help. And so that right there is something that's a blessing. And so, but we still was able as Native Wings to provide a lot of the materials too. So in the future, as the weeks are coming along, we've already got people who are willing to come in to make moccasins, show you how to make moccasins, how to make flutes. Then we'll have people who come to teach you how to do pencil art and then painting. And again, the ribbon skirts and ribbon shirts. We have people that will be doing that. So as we start focusing on the cultural center, we're going to start laying dates down so that you can call in and put your name down on the attendance list, and so that we can be able to get you down and have you come in and be a part of our program. So we're really excited about that. And especially the men and women that we work with, they come in, they make their items, and they sell them, and they get the proceeds. So they can always have that extra money to work with while they're reintegrating back into society. So that's awesome. We're really excited about this cultural center. Also, one of the things that Native Wings is a part of is it's called the Justice 250 campaign, and it's put on by Just Trust Foundation. And one of the things about this campaign, and I just want to read it real quickly so that you'll know. The it's a national advocacy initiative from the Just Trust Foundation. And this campaign invites Americans to look ahead to the future of justice and community safety. And the focus of this campaign is moving from documentary flaws in the justice system to building scalable, dignified, and community-centric solutions for the future. And what they do is the participation that they have is they want groups like us, nonprofits and other groups, to be able to host a documentary that was made by Lynn Novick and Ken Burns, which would be a showing in the month of November. But this Justice 250 has already started. And so what you'll be hearing on each one of our podcasts is a reminder of what we were doing all the way to November when it comes to the Justice 250. We're excited about it. Not long ago, I was a part of a study group out of Washington, D.C. It was called Square One. And in that group, they brought together many people who had previously been uh, impacted by the criminal justice system to come and give their thoughts and share ideas of how we can make incarceration the last option when it comes to sentencing. And so for 2 years I was on this board, and my part was to, as a Native man who was incarcerated for 38 years, to give my insight on what it means to a Native American, what incarceration and what the criminal justice system applies, how we see it, and our experience. And one of the things that they told me when the study was over, and a lot of them that was on the group said, Melvin, thank you for sharing with us the Native perspective, the Native experience, because we never really considered that. We always looked at it as being a black and white thing. But when you came in and you began to share with us how the Native American has been impacted by the criminal justice system, which is an experience that's so much different from other groups, that allowed them to be able to look at solutions that also included our experience. And so, we, as Natives, we really, by population, have the highest incarceration rate when it comes to the numbers. And so that's sad. But the thing is we have to be able to develop in unity with the tribes and with the non-tribal people how we can better our way of dealing with people from the justice system. So anyway, that's something that Native Wings is being a part of, and we really want to be able to make an impact, especially for the Native men and women who are being impacted by the justice system. So I'm excited. And remember, in November, here at Native Wings, we will be showing the documentary by these two people that have put it together, and really would like to invite you to come to Native Wings Cultural Center and watch the viewing with us. So anyway, each podcast, I'll remind you of what we're doing with the Just Trust 250 campaign. So I'm excited about it, and I hope that you all will be able to take part in helping us understand how we can make the justice system be what it's supposed to be, and not just lock them up and throw away the key, but to develop things that will actually help the released incarcerated person to be a better person before they went in. So anyway, that's what it's about. That's what Native Wings is involved with. We got other things coming in the future, but one step at a time, and we're going to get there. So I'm really excited. I want to give shout outs to all tribal reintegration programs here in the state of Oklahoma. I know that you work on your reservation grounds, and I just want to be able to collaborate and partner with you so that for those who aren't going back to the res, if they're your tribal member, then we can also be able to give them their own cultural structure to help them reintegrate back into society. So look forward to that. So I will be meeting hopefully within the month with the five, what they call them, the 5 civilized tribes leadership from the Choctaw, Creek, Cherokee, Seminole, and Chickasaw tribes, their leaders, their governors, their chiefs. And I'm hoping to be able to share with them what Native Wings is doing, and maybe be able to have one of these 5 tribes, if not all 5, to invest in what we're doing. I also want to remind you about our fundraiser. Now we know $300,000 is what can keep us keep going, to be able to help our men and women find housing, be able to give them their clothing, have transportation to take them places, whether it's to the doctor's appointment, whether it's to their ceremonies, traditional ceremonies, whatever it is. We want to be able to be available for them, and then keep the office buildings going. So it takes a lot to keep this organization going. But when you really look at the reality, 300,000 isn't really that much for an organization. Most of them that I've been talking to, especially this last few days in Lawton, their amount surpasses ours, but they've been doing it a lot longer. So anyway, I really want to encourage you, if you will, go to our webpage, and you can also see it here on our social media pages, how to donate to our cause, to our fundraiser. $1, $5, $10, whatever you feel that you want to invest, because this is important for our Native people coming out of prison. We want to stop the homelessness. We want to stop the recidivism rate of Natives going back into prison after their release. And we certainly want to stop the suicide rate of released Natives from incarceration. That's what we're here for. So I want you to be a part of that, and I really, really hope that you will consider donating to Native Wings Fundraiser. Let's reach that $300,000 so it can really, really do more for our people. So with that, I want to thank you for tuning in today. And remember, we're here to give you more information on what Native Wings Like an Eagle is doing. But we also want you to know that we also have the Native Wings Ministry page, podcast, excuse me. So go on there and hear the spiritual side of what we're doing here at Native Wings. So with that, I'm going to say Hadam Chihijadis, which means I will see you again. Wado. Thank you for watching another episode of Native Wings Like an Eagle. I want to announce to you that Native Wings is starting a fundraiser called Soaring Higher Together. And in this fundraiser, we want to raise funds to be able to operate for another year in order to provide reintegration services to tribal people being released from incarceration. The whole sole purpose is to allow you, the viewer, to be a part of this movement. We have set a goal to $300,000 for our operation for this next year. And so one of the things I need to make sure that you understand is that we do not receive financial assistance from tribal nations at this time. So we are entirely dependent on private donations, such as from yourself. So if you feel like you want to be a part of this grassroots movement and be able to help tribal people coming out of incarceration to have a successful transition, please donate to this fundraising cause. You can go to our Facebook page, nativewings.org, and go to Instagram, and also go to Facebook. And you can get more information on this fundraiser that we have started. So I hope that you will do that, be a part of what we're doing here at Native Wings, and let's watch our Native people break that trend of reincarceration by being successfully reintegrating back into society. So don't hesitate. Go to these pages and find more information and donate. Thank you.